Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a beautiful day today. Happy Friday, guys. You already know it's your boy, Crazy Paper God in the building, getting ready to drop some amazing value for you guys. So today's topic is actually going to be, the power of small things to big things, right? The power of small things to big things, right? And I know these last couple days it's just been a lot going on, and sorry about the consistency, my consistency. Sorry about that. Just going through a few things, even with me. When you go through some stuff, you a change of environment. Things could take a little while to adjust, right? Things take a little while for you to adjust, and you gotta trust the stagnation. You gotta trust the stagnation and keep the faith when in the transportation, right? Keep the faith in the stagnation and keep the faith in the transportation to where you're going, right? Look, I'm still here. I'm still showing up though. Even though I was stagnant, I still kept the faith and I still know what I needed to do, right? But I didn't let, a couple days go by and not put something out. I was like, you know what? I got to keep going. And this is the power of being consistent. You just still got to keep going, even though you're in some stagnation. And when you have a change of environment, you still got to keep pressing forward, right? So sorry about that, guys. And moving forward, big things to small things, right? Small things to big things, right? So, are we even thanking God for the small things that we're going through on a day to day basis? Like, even the job that we work. Are we grateful for the little things, like the job that we're working on right now, right? The little job that we have right now, the income that's coming in right now. Are we grateful for that? Are we truly grateful for how much we're getting an hour? Are we truly grateful for our tips? Are we truly grateful for the small things? I know we want the big things, right? We want the big things. We want the $50. We want the $50,000 a month. We want the $100,000 a month. We want it all, right? But are you happy for the small things that you're getting right now, for your income? Are you happy? Are you thanking God for the small things that He's placed in your life? Are you thanking God for the character that He's developed within you? Because remember, you're at your job for a reason, not for money, but to develop your character. That's what the job is for, to develop the character. Like I said, God is not worried about the money, right? He's worried about your character and what's in your heart. He's worried about your character and what's in your heart. That's all he cares about, right? Are you trusting him when it doesn't seem like how you want it? Are you truly trusting him? Huh? Are you truly trusting in the small things? Are you truly trusting when you don't see what you want? Right? We gotta be grateful for the small things, right? The job that we have, we gotta be grateful. We gotta be grateful, and we gotta live in abundance, right? Because if we're not grateful for the amount of money that we're getting right now and the job that He has for us right now, we will never get to the big things that He has for us. We will never get there because He looks at that as like, oh, you're not even grateful for the little job that I've given you, right? You're not grateful for that. But without that job, where would you be? How broke would you be if you didn't even have that job, right? Would you be able to get out your situation if you didn't have that job, right? So we have to be aware. We have to be thanking God for the small things, no matter how small it is. Because I tell you what, if you're not grateful for the small things, you will never get to the big things, and that small thing can be taken away from you. And then you're gonna go back and be like, damn, man, I should have been more grateful for that little thing that I had. This is what it is, and I'm calling myself out on it too because I used to overlook the small things, the job that I'm working. Oh, there is not enough money, and I was like, wow, like I gotta switch my perception. I gotta be grateful for the small things that He's put in my life because I've noticed that like every time when you complain, things don't go your way. Whatever that situation is never works out. You're never gonna get pushed forward because you're complaining about the small things and not showing gratitude for the small things in order to get to the big things that He has. It's all a test. And God is just with His book checking it off, right? Looking, all right, let me see what He does. Is He gonna be happy? Is she's gonna be happy for the things that I've given them? Or are they gonna be happy for the things that I've given them? Or are they going to complain? Are they going to say, "Oh, it's not too much"? Are they going to murmur, complain? Are they going to do that? And you know, God hates that. So you start complaining, you start murmuring and complaining. Yeah, he's going to walk away, right? We got to be mindful. This is how God works. This is how God works, right? The power of the small things that will lead you to the big things in life. And honestly, the small things is actually getting you prepared for the big thing. The small little things, the small baby steps is getting you ready for the big things in life. You see how He works? You gotta trust His strategy. God's strategy. I'm gonna do a video on that. God's strategy. The strategy, the strategy power of God. Right? So we gotta be aware of His strategy and how He does things. Right? I was that person complaining over little things when things were not, and I was like, nah, I can't do that. I gotta switch my perception because if I keep doing that, then I will stay at that same level. If I keep doing that, I will stay at that same level, right? And some of us are catching the realization of maybe you're still at the same level because you're not being grateful for the little things. Some of us are still at the same level because we haven't passed the test of being grateful for the small things. And that's a big one. That hit me right there. That hit me right there. You know? So it's time to switch our perception. So now, moving forward, whatever's done in the past is in the past. Moving forward, we gotta be grateful for the small things. We gotta be grateful for the small little baby things. Right? In order to get to try that method, and I guarantee you many more blessings will fall into your life. We have to be grateful for the small little things in order to get to the big things, because if you're not grateful for the small things and learning from the small things, but when you get to the big things, they will be too big for you. You can't even stand. Your spirit will not be strong enough to withstand that big test or that big blessing. You will not be ready for it. That's why He tests us and He prepares us in the small things in order to get to the big things. This is the testings and the challenges of life that we have to face and grow through, and get through. Right? And it's all about change. It's all about switching our perception, living in abundance, right? Not living in mediocrity, living in abundance with more than enough. Yeah, you're broke right now, but you have to live in abundance. We have to live in prosperity. We have to get it in our spirits. No matter what we're seeing on the outside, we have to live with that in the inside. We got to live with that in the inside, right? We got to live with that in the inside and know that we are abundant. We got to know that we are abundant, right? We got to know that we are abundant rather than looking from the physical world. That's just the physical, right? That's just the physical. But when you start living in abundance and calling in prosperity, even when you're broke, I guarantee you it will attract you. It has to, right? It has to. That's how you manifest. That's what God is looking for. He's looking for your faith. He's not looking for what you see on the outside. What you see is garbage. It's all about the spirit. It's all about what you telling yourself. What are you talking about? right? What are you getting into your spirit long enough for it to attract into your life? You can't always go about what you seek, right? We gotta live in abundance. Even if you're down to your last dollar, you abundant, right? And you gotta keep saying this, keep saying it consistent, repeatedly until your situation changes, right? We gotta say, yeah, we are abundant, we are wealthy, and we gotta mean it. We gotta apply belief and faith behind it until it happens. We can't just do it for one day and like, yeah, all right, nah. This is a consistent work, and for it to come into your life, it's a consistent work for it to come into your life, right? Consistent work for it to come into your life. God doesn't care about what you see in this physical world. He cares about what's in your heart, what's in your spirit, what you believe in, where your faith is at. That's how you get the blessing. That's how you get the blessing, right? So I hope you guys are not overlooking the small things, because the small baby things, like your job, the position that you're in right now, be grateful for that. Learn as much as you can from the position that you're in right now. Learn as much as you can, right? Learn as much as you can from that situation, because that situation is going to allow you to grow and go to higher levels. And then when you get to that higher level, you know what to do. You have the character to sustain that position. You have the integrity to sustain that position. You have the knowledge. You have the spiritual muscles to stay at that position and not let it be a burden and let it destroy you, right? You would have that spiritual muscle, and you will be well prepared to stand in that position instead of getting defeated and not being ready for it. And it's all a reflection of being ready in the small times, right? Being faithful when things are small, right? In order to get to the big times, right? So I hope this video met you guys well. I hope you guys took a lot of value from this video. This was a good video right here. And the power of small things that leads to big things. You could apply this to every aspect of your life. With that being said, it's your boy, Crazy Faith of God, on the way out. Let's grow 1% better.